good morning everyone. This is meteorologist Heather Kay with an update to today's severe weather potential. We're going to look at the visible satellite imagery first, and you can easily point out where the low is right now. It's currently in central Kansas. This will start to track off to the northeast as we get out through the rest of the day. So here's the setup. Again, right now it's in central Kansas. Cold front stretching down through central Oklahoma down into central Kansas. As we get later on into this morning, into this afternoon, it'll start to move on to the east a bit near Kansas City. The cold front will be stretching down all the way to eastern Oklahoma to eastern Texas. This evening it'll continue to move on to the northeast. This is when the potential for severe weather will be at its peak. Iowa down to Missouri, Arkansas, and far northwestern Louisiana. And as we get into the overnight hours, it will continue to move on to the northeast, becoming more of a wind threat for areas such as Chicago down into more of the eastern parts of Illinois, down into western Tennessee, and maybe as far east as western Alabama. So this is the risk area that we're taking a look at. It's a pretty wide area from Iowa to Missouri, Illinois, all the way down to eastern Texas. So this is just an example of what one of the models is seeing for later on this afternoon. This is the North American model, and if we look really closely, you can see some of the individual cells here. These are called the supercells, and these are the ones, if any of the storms do produce hail, it's going to be these. So Iowa into Missouri, this is going to be the biggest threat area. So taking a look at what we're thinking for hail sizes, $1/4 to $1/2 to maybe 1.5 inch size hail will be possible from Iowa all the way down to Texas. Houston can maybe see some hail as well. The chances aren't very high, but it's still possible. We're not taking you out. The largest chance, however, is for most of Iowa down into Missouri, where up to golf ball size hail will be possible for later on this afternoon and this evening before this storm system it'll start to line out and will become more of a wind threat. That's why Chicago is not included in this. I think it'll become more linear as it gets into that region. So taking a look at a few cities that are in this area of concern. Kansas City, you're right on the western edge. I don't feel comfortable taking you out of it. There's still a slight chance to see some hail in your area. If there is going to be hail, it's going to be up to 1.5 inches in diameter. Your chances are only at about 10%. It was at 15% yesterday, so we dropped it a little bit. The winds, however, for any storms that do develop and enter this region will be up to 78 miles per hour. This system is going to be very fast moving, and the strong winds are going to be the main threat. So any of the storms, once again, that do develop are going to be very strong wind producers. Moving on to Des Moines, Iowa, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. here. Maximum hail size, we're saying golf ball size. We could get up to 2 inches, but we're just going to say up to golf ball size for now. Chance of hail is at 20%, and those winds, once again, are going to be pretty high for any storms that do develop. Due to the system moving fairly quickly, 75 mile per hour max winds here. We are moving on now to St. Louis. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is what we're thinking for the time frame. Maximum hail size in St. Louis will be about 1.5 inches. Chance of hail is only at about 15%. The winds, though, 70 miles per hour maximum. And then lastly, we are including Houston. You're on the very tail end of that cold front, so we're not taking out the chances for you guys to see something. This is later on in the evening, 9 p.m. to midnight. Your chance of hail is only about 10 to 15%. Maximum hail size will be at about 1.5 inches, and then those winds will be at about 70 miles per hour for any storms that do move through your region. So that's your forecast for right now. If you have any questions, feel free to send us an email at info@hailtrace.com. Shoot us a question on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or you can call us at 855-334-4245. Thank you very much for taking your time to look at this forecast. I hope you all have a great day.